Today, again, we will, I would say, delve into one of the story from Upanishad only. That is from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. You must have heard there is one very wise lady called Maitreyi. मैत्रेयी के एग्जाम्पल उपनिषद में बहुत मिलते हैं, बृहदारण्यक में सबसे ज़्यादा है. Otherwise also she is considered to be really wise. The questions she puts up, the how she discusses, she is considered to be really divine and wise. Before that, this story is from Brihadaranyaka Upanishad. What I am talking is a small portion of Maitreyi's life. Maitreyi was a wife of Rishi Yajnavalkya, and Yajnavalkya has two wives, both living together. One was Maitreyi, and there was one more. The Maitreyi was really a more into what do you call wisdom. She used to, whatever she used to talk, it has a deep meaning about the life. And her questions are considered to be really, I would say, one of the very important factor as far as understanding Upanishads are concerned. On the other hand, the second wife, she was also good. Both used to live just like a sisters with Rishi Yajnavalkya. There was no dispute. Both had. But the other wife, she was more into what you call, household chores. She used to do khana banana, ye sab. So usme the both were doing their job very, very well, cohesively. There was no fighting between them. But Maitreyi, since she was more thinker, she was a thinker. So her questions are really considered to be really important. Now, before going into this particular story of Maitreyi, I would just like to say that unless and until we understand this Veda and two Upanishad, there are three things. What I say, we must have a basic understanding of these three things. One is Purusharth, second is Ashram, and third is Varna. As per our scriptures, what is Purusharth? Purusharth basically is four Purusharths which are considered to be there, what a person should aim at in the life. The first Purusharth is basically Dharma. What is the Swadharma? Dharma, Arth, which is money, Kam, and Moksha. These are four Purusharths. So unless and until you understand, because each of these word, what I said just now, the books are written on that. On Dharma also, on Arth also, on Kam also, and on Moksha also. Everything is important. But unless and until we understand the deep meaning of that, we won't be able to understand the meanings of Veda and Upanishads. On the second hand, second thing comes is the ashram. There are four ashrams. All of you know. What is the first one? First one is Brahmacharya. Brahmacharya is one of the ashram. Then is Grahastha. Then is Vanprastha. And then fourth one is Sannyas. So unless we understand that what rishis meant by these ashrams, everything is based, Vedas and Upanishad knowledge based on these three factors. That is, one is Purusharth, ashram. There are four Purusharth, fourth ashrams, and then there is one Varna. Varna is what? Varna is what the way society is being divided. That is Brahman, Kshatriya, Shudra, and Vaishya. Unless until we understand what does Vedas mean by being Brahman, what does Vedas mean by being Vaishya, or Shudra, or Kshatriya, we won't understand the basic crux of Vedas and Upanishad. Like in last week's story of Virochan, I tried to break the myth about Varna. I said the Hiranyakashipu was a Rakshas, but his son Prahlad was a Brahman. And his son Virochan again was a Rakshas. Rakshas, in another word, you can compare to a mixture of Kshatriya and Vaishya.
Oh.
That means they have got power, but they work like a Shudra.
Mm-hmm.
So these are, over a period of time, what happened, we basically spoiled the meaning of these varnas because we thought that varnas are basically birth related. The son of a Brahman will always be a Brahman. And that's what Jativad came in, and Jativad, what I consider is the biggest sin created by our society. Biggest sin, वर्ण व्यवस्था जो जिसको हमने डिस्टॉर्ट किया है, but actually वर्ण व्यवस्था is not that. Because each of these 12 things what I have told you, 4 and multiply by 3 multiply by 4, 12, these 12, the books are written on each one of them. Then what is this? Unless we understand that, we will not be able to understand. We find it difficult to understand Vedas and Upanishads. So similarly, out of these things, since we can't delve into all these 12 in one particular day or half an hour or 1 hour, I just try to take one particular topic of this is sannyas, that what is sannyas, and this I would like to talk to you on the pretext of a story, because story is something which makes us understand things better. Even psychologists also say that in case I want to convey anything to you, you may not understand it in the pure form, but in case same thing I say in the form of a story, you understand, because that is a basic human tendency to understand by stories. So this story of Rishi Yajnavalkya and Maitreya is basically on sannyasa. That it little, I would say, divided into 2-3 parts. The one day, Yajnavalkya was a rishi in Janak's ashram. Janak, this thing, what do you call, Rajya mein, Janak ke Rajya mein the, because Janak was very popular of creating, I would say, he always used to, ज्ञानी लोगों को वो बुलाते थे और उनसे डिस्कशन करवाते थे, शास्त्र कराते थे, बात करते थे. He used to respect the knowledge a lot. But he thought that what is really happening in my sabha is that people are just boasting about their knowledge. उनमें अहंकार आ गया है. अहंकार is playing a more role than the knowledge itself. People are fighting just over the ahankar of a knowledge, that I am more knowledgeable or I am more knowledgeable. Even the questions, even directly may not say it, ki directly I am more knowledgeable than you, but in the words, in the actions, that thing was very visible that this person is trying to be the superior than other one without even having a knowledge. He came out with a very bright idea. He is telling, when all were present in his sabha, all great wise people, सब ऋषिज वगैरह सब बैठे थे वहाँ पे, आचार्य बैठे थे वहाँ पे, तो he came out with the idea. He said, he stood up. He is telling, ये 1000 ये गाय हैं, जिसके हर गाय के एक सींग के ऊपर 10 स्वर्ण मुद्राएं हैं, मतलब एक गाय के ऊपर 20. जो भी अपने आप को ब्रह्मज्ञानी समझता है वो इन गाय को ले जाए. You can imagine the value what he is talking about. 1000 cows where each thorn is tied with 10
gold coins,
स्वर्ण मुद्राएं, गोल्ड कॉइन्स. इतना ज़्यादा पैसा. पर वो क्या है कि कोई भी, everybody say, how will say that I am a ब्रह्मज्ञानी? Absolutely quiet. Absolutely quiet. Nobody stood up. Then what's going to happen next? After some time, Rishi, this Yajnavalkya, he got up. He just said to his disciples, नमस्कार किया and he is telling his disciple, please take control of this 1000 cows and take them to my house. Now everybody was stunned because everybody was quiet that what's really going to happen next. And when this thing happened, they thought कि ये सब मेरे को मिलेगी. Suddenly this person is taking up. The head priest, his name was Ashwak, head priest. He got up. He is telling Yajnavalkya, how you can take this 1000 cows, how you can take this 1000 cows without even proving that you are a Brahmagyani. Tell your disciples to be, I would say, calm and sit out here. Don't take the cows away. First prove. याज्ञवल्क्य से, ऋषिवर, मैंने कब बोला कि मैं ब्रह्मज्ञानी हूँ? मुझे तो इसकी जरूरत है. इनकी जरूरत है, इसके लिए मैं लेके जा रहा हूँ, क्योंकि कोई नहीं उठ रहा है तो मैं इसको लेके जा रहा हूँ, इनको लेके जा रहा हूँ क्योंकि उसको जरूरत है. पर आपको क्या लगता है, दिस हेड प्रीस्ट सेज, आपको क्या लगता है कि आप ब्रह्मज्ञानी हो? आपको प्रूव तो करना पड़ेगा ना. बोलता, इन केस द क्वेश्चन कम्स देयर ऑफ माय प्रूविंग इट, Sabha is open. You ask me the questions. I will try to answer. In case I win, I will take the cows away. So that thing, what he did, he basically get the things rolling. Start hua. Everybody, I would say those who are very wise acharyas in that particular Sabha, everybody started asking questions, and Rishi Yajnavalkya, he started answering everybody to their perfection. Everybody is there. Everybody was very happy. Okay. But one very sad incident happened at that particular time. There was one acharya called Vigabdha. I think I'm not very pronouncing his name correct, but something like Vigabdha. He got up and he started arguing with Rishi Yajnavalkya on something which he said, no, just for the sake of arguing. Rishi Yajnavalkya told him that, Vigabdha, see, I think what you're questioning is basically not, we are not the questioning, you're just building up some questions just because you don't want to accept your defeat. You're just arguing for the sake of argument. He got angry. Vigabdha got angry. He's telling, no, it is not like that. Then he's telling, then you ask, in case my questions are like that, you ask me a question. Yajnavalkya said, because he was really fed up with the long discussion with him, which was absolutely unnecessary. He's telling, okay, I'll ask you one question, but on the condition that in case you will not be able to answer, you have to give your life. He got up, he agreed, he was very angry. Vigabdha was very angry at that point. He took up a sword and he's telling, okay, then it has to be ditto. In case I've been able to answer, you have to give a life.
Then?
So both of them, they stood. Although Yajnavalkya was basically, I would say, he was a scapegoat. Basically, he said that, but now both are entangled with each other, sort of, fighting with each other. Not exactly fighting a word. Now it went to that somebody's life is at stake. Janak said that, please calm down. They both were very rigid. Now, vachan given is given. One of us will give the life. So, Yajnavalkya asked him one question. That, वो कौन सा मनुष्य है जो देवताओं से परे है? See, I will not indulge into the answer of that question because this question basically has got multifaceted answers. I will not indulge into that. But Vigabd was unable to answer that. वह कौन सा मनुष्य है जो देवताओं से परे है? This is the question what he asked. Immediately he asked me some, I would say 2-3 times ki answer. When he could answer, Vikalp just took the sword and cut his throat, his own throat. He died. Sabha ended and Yajnavalkya was considered to be victorious. And he was allowed to take 1,000 cows. Now, with the news, some celebrations were going on in the Janak Sabha. Few of his disciples, Yajnavalkya's disciples, went home. And they said to Maitreyi and his second wife, Amma, there's a good news. Ma, there's a good news that Rishi Yajnavalkya has proven to be the Shresht and he has won so much. Although the younger wife, I'm forgetting his name, her name is, I'll tell you in case I remember. The second wife, she was, counting on coins and cows and everything. She was more worried about that. कि आपने वो कॉइन्स तो निकाल लिए ना, मुद्राएं तो निकाल ली, आपने वो काउस को ठीक तरह से रखा तो सही, आपने अरेंजमेंट किया है यहाँ पर. She was talking, but Maitreyi, she said totally different. She asked, आचार्य ने क्या जीता? तो उनके डिसाइपल बोलते हैं, आचार्य माँ आप क्या बोल रहे हो, बता तो दिया. बोलता क्या ज्ञान कभी हारता है? शी इज टेलिंग क्या ज्ञान कभी हारता है? अगर आपके ऋषि ने ज्ञान से जीता है तो किसको जीता है? किसको जीता है? बिकॉज ज्ञान तो कभी हारता ही नहीं है. तो यू अंडरस्टैंड दिस स्मॉल क्वेश्चन की ऑफ मैत्रेयी हैज गॉट सच ए डीप मीनिंग कि ज्ञान कभी हारता नहीं है. तो व्हाट शी सेड that what Rishi has won basically is the won over is the ahankar of other acharyas of the Gyan. He is not won the Gyan, he is won over the ahankar of these people. तो अहंकार के ऊपर इनकी जो विजय हुई है, किससे? उनके अपने जो स्वभाव है, उनका शांत स्वभाव है, उससे उनकी अहंकार पे जीत हुई है. तो दिस यू हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड कि बेसिकली जब भी आप कभी भी एक दूसरे के साथ डिस्कस करते हो तो वी डोंट वन द टेक होम फॉर दिस पर्टिकुलर आई वुड से वर्स इज दैट दिस पर्टिकुलर थिंग इज दैट व्हेनेवर यू डिस्कस समथिंग वी डोंट वन ओवर द नॉलेज ऑफ द आर्गुमेंट, but we won over the ego of the other person.
Why is that?
Huh?
Why is that?
Why is that? Basically, see, it's like that in case we both are discussing on a particular topic. That is endless. Now, how the winning depends. Whose knowledge is more? More means knowledge cannot be complete. Like, see, in case my knowledge, you are 10th standard pass, I am 12th standard pass. Say, for example, I am just giving. The standard is just for the example. Okay, certain things which are taught at 12th standard are not taught to you. Okay, in case we both are discussing, I will be discussing on the pretext of 12th standard. You are discussing on the pretext of 10th standard. Okay, I am going to win. But in case some graduate comes who is more knowledgeable than me, I am also going to lose. No? Are you understanding? The knowledge is endless. So what in case I have won over you just based on the knowledge of 12th, that does not mean I have won over the knowledge.
That means that you have won over the ego.
Ego. I have won over my ego. Like my ego has won over you. My knowledge has not won. So this is something as a basic takeaway from this particular question. There are plenty of questions of Maitreyi. And each question gives us, I would say, source of thinking. And more you dwell into it, more we understand what really is. Now, she also questions that सबसे पहले जो जनक ने जो ये क्वेश्चन पूछा, ये क्या, why he asked, why he asked this, जनक ने जो ये रखा था शास्त्रार्थ, इसका पर्पस क्या था? Today what is happening, the ego is becoming more important than need. Otherwise, what is more important? Need is more important. Now, in case there are two people, one is hungry and second one is full of food, and there's just shastrat going on, you discuss the knowledge, and although whatever knowledge, because knowledge is not complete. Now, in case the person with food gets this particular once and he gets this food, is it logical? Because he already has. So what is more important? The person who needs it, he should get it. It is not the person who wants it. So that's what I would say the purpose of Janak coming out with this particular Shastra, it was only that he wants to understand that need is more important. And that Rishi Yagyavalkya said that I need it. It is not that I am Brahmagyani, but I need it. That's the reason I am taking this 1,000 cows. Now this was one. And then second, after this particular Shastrat and after everything got over, the Rishi Yagyavalkya also came home. And both together, where the younger wife, she welcomed with the food and everything, and they both were so loving. I would say two wives also both loving, that at that day even Maitreyi ने उनको सजाया अच्छी तरह से. And she went there, and while discussing with Rishi Yagyavalkya, the younger wife, she was very happy that he had won so much. And she said, मेरे को आज मैत्रेयी ने सजाया कि मैं अच्छी नहीं लग रही हूँ. He is telling कि why Rishi said कि with the age, I would say you are trying to look more beautiful than what you actually are. You are trying. This is what she said. So slowly they had some discussion, they had food, and afterwards Rishi Yagyavalkya said that I would like to take sannyas.
After that,
I like to take sannyas. Because the story I said the main thing is a sannyas. Now this younger wife said that you have got so much. क्या आप में भोगने की, जो आपने जीता है उसको भोगने की इच्छा आप में नहीं है? मैं इतनी सुंदर हूँ, आपको इतना अच्छा खाना बना के दे रही हूँ और सब कुछ है इसके अंदर, क्या इसको भोगने की आप में इच्छा नहीं बची? तो आप सन्यास के बारे में क्यों सोच रहे हो? क्योंकि आप ये ज्ञान जो है आपका, आप जो ज्ञान जो आप बोल रहे हैं, ये ज्ञान से बाहर निकलिए आप और इसको एंजॉय कीजिए, जीवन को एंजॉय कीजिए. जो आपने जीता है इसको एंजॉय करो. तो that thing ends here. This just want to say कि what was the questions of this younger wife was related to materialism. Basically कि why आपने जो जीता है आप इसको एंजॉय क्यों नहीं कर रहे? But on the other hand, when the evening he sat with Maitreyi and asked the same thing, he is telling this younger wife said that I'll tell Maitreyi also to discuss with you that ये भाव जो आपका सन्यास का है निकल जाए. So when night Maitreyi and Rishi Yagyavalkya were sitting together, Maitreyi said कि this choti younger one was telling that you are trying to take sannyas. what is the reason? So he said that ये मुझे ऐसे लगता है जैसे आज के शास्त्रार्थ के अंदर कि पीपल आर जस्ट सो, एक दूसरे को नीचा दिखाने के लिए कोई भी हमेशा तैयार रहता है, वेदर इट इज बेस्ड ऑन 4 पुरुषार्थ, वर्ण और संन्यास, जो आश्रम, और आप उनकी बात करो, किसी को धन के ऊपर आप नीचा दिखाना चाहते हो, अर्थ के ऊपर, किसी को अपने जाति के ऊपर नीचा दिखाना, बट यू आर नॉट लिविंग एनीथिंग टू पुट द अदर पर्सन डाउन, कंसिडरिंग आई वुड से व्हाटएवर यू आर, you, every person is trying today to, that other person should be downgraded, that I am superior, and this really hurts me, and this gives me a reason to find out, dwell into something which is, ये दुख से परे है, जो इससे परे है, भय से परे है। इसलिए भय किसका? आपको बोलता, मनुष्य हमेशा भय में जीता है। भय किसका होता है? भय होता है, सबसे पहला जो भय होता है, दैट इज भय होता है हमारे एग्जिस्टेंस का, सर्वाइवल का। सर्वाइवल का भय सबसे ज़्यादा है, सबसे बड़ा है। पर इस तरह के कई तरह के भय होते हैं जो पूरे दिन में अगर आप ड्वेल होते हो तो आपको कई तरह से डर लगता है, कई, देयर प्लेंटी ऑफ वेज। वो एक सर्वाइवल का एक मेन है कि दैट्स हाउ इन केस समथिंग शुड नॉट हैपन टू मी। मैं भयों से मुक्ति चाहता हूँ, दैट्स द रीजन आई वुड लाइक टू गो। तो आई वुड लाइक, व्हाट आई वुड लाइक टू डू, दैट व्हाटएवर पोजीशन आई हैव till today, I would like to divide between you and the younger one, and so that later on there should not be any dispute between you. Maitreyi again asks a very wise question, very nice question. She is telling, ये जो आप मुझे दे रहे हो धन, क्या मुझे ये सुख देगा, जो ऐसा सुख जो परमानेंट हो? ऋषि से, नहीं मैत्रेयी, धन से कुछ भी सीखा जा सकता, जो खरीदा जा सकता है, वो आपको क्षणिक सुख तो दे सकता है, पर आपको परमानेंट सुख नहीं दे सकता। तो वहाँ पे वो अर्थ का जो है मीनिंग समझाते हैं बिल्कुल, कि अर्थ, आपके पास कितना भी पैसा आ जाए, आप उसको, मतलब जो भी उससे आप खरीदोगे, वो उसके जो आपको सुख मिलेगा, वो सुख मिलेगा आपको, पर सुख वो हमेशा क्षणिक होगा, वो परमानेंट नहीं हो सकता। तो मैत्रेयी आज कि मैं इस धन का फिर क्या करूंगी जो मुझे परमानेंट सुख देता है? मैं एक चीज जानती हूँ। मैत्रेयी सेड वेरी नाइस क्वेश्चन, अगेन अ वेरी वाइज क्वेश्चन, ईच क्वेश्चन इज जेम। इस चलिए कि मैं एक चीज जानती हूँ कि मनुष्य कुछ भी एक पर्टिकुलर चीज अपने पास जो है, अपनी पोजीशन नहीं छोड़ता जब तक उसको उससे बेटर कुछ नहीं मिल जाता। वेरी वाइज इज टेलिंग कि इसके लिए आप ये सब छोड़ रहे हो, तो आपको इससे बेटर कुछ मिला है,
इसलिए छोड़,
हाँ, तभी तो आप इसको छोड़ रहे हो। तो क्या मैं उसको कैसे प्राप्त करूं जो आप प्राप्त करना चाहते हैं? See the depth of the question between two wives. So very nicely he said, देखो, in this world जो भी है, हम ऋषि said that yes, मैं ये जो द्वंद्व हैं दिन हमारे जीवन के, like what I said about the knowledge and about disputes about the money and everything, ये द्वंद्वों से मैं ऊपर जाके स्व को देखना चाहता हूँ, आत्मा का साक्षात करना चाहता कि what is that? Beyond that only there is a real moksha, what you call. मोक्ष वही मिलेगा when I be able to go out of these द्वंद्व, these disputes से मैं बाहर निकलूंगा तभी। और ये मुझे इस समय डिस्प्यूट लग रहे हैं, इसके लिए आई वुड लाइक टू गो टू संन्यास एंड टेक दैट पाथ टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट व्हाट इज, ये दुख सुख से परे क्या है। She said, Then in that case, Maitreyi asked again a very wise question. Third, I think fourth, fifth question, but each question is a gem. She asked that इसका मतलब कि मैं, Maitreyi and the younger one, we both love you so much. क्या हमारा प्यार भी आपके लिए बंधन है? These are very difficult questions to answer to anybody. In case the wife asks that my love also is a bondage for you, Rishi said yes.
Yes, 100%.
Yeah, this is also any sort of bondage, whether it is सुख भी bondage है, दुख तो bondage है ही, सुख भी bondage है. तो इस bondage से मैं बाहर निकलना चाहता हूँ. I would like to go there. So, I think in case you delve into this particular story, there's a lot of teaching it what it gives. First, it gives that it really said that unless and until from this story you understand what is your purusharth, why a person wants to go from grastha to vanprastha and vanprastha to sannyas. Unless until you know that, you won't be able to understand this particular story. Then it comes to the second one, जो आपका जो धर्म, अर्थ, काम और मोक्ष, इनकी जो है अर्थ की परिभाषा जो है कि उसने कमाया वो उसको छोड़ने के लिए तैयार है. बट पहले अर्थ है क्या? अर्थ तो जरूरी है जीवन के लिए, पैसा तो जरूरी है, बट कैसा पैसा और कितना पैसा, दैट इज इम्पोर्टेंट. दैट्स सब्जेक्ट बाय इटसेल्फ कि अर्थ के ऊपर. धर्म को जिससे हम स्वधर्म को हमने रिलीजन से बांध दिया, दैट इज रॉन्ग. धर्म इज नॉट रिलीजन, धर्म इज स्वधर्म. वर्ण को हमने जो जाति से बांध दिया या अपनी बर्थ से बांध दिया, दैट इज अनलेस वी अंडरस्टैंड द ट्रू मीनिंग, we will not be able to understand our Vedas and Upanishad. Because as far as I'll slightly delve into this thing, कि what really rishis meant by this particular thing कि ब्राह्मण, क्षत्रिय, वैश्य एंड शूद्र, इससे ऋषि क्या सोचते थे? ऋषि सोचते थे कि एक आदमी जब पैदा होता है उसका जो हेड है दैट इज ब्राह्मण, भुजाएं हैं दैट इज क्षत्रिय, दिस पोर्शन इज बेसिकली Vaishya, and lower portion is, your body's lower portion is Shudra. So this is considered to be good because everything has got two perspectives. This is one perspective. But there can be multiple, not two, multiple perspectives. This is one perspective that these all four are within you. Within you only. You are only all four varnas. What you think basically makes you Brahman, wisdom, wise. जिस हाथों से आप चलाते हो makes you Kshatriya, because every person has got capacity to fight in his own capacity.
Correct.
This portion also, I would say, takes care of your regeneration and everything. So every person is different. Every person has got that. That is a Vaishya's job. Vaishya, not Vaishya, I would say. Vaishya and Vaishya is both
are different.
तो वैश्य का जॉब है वो, और जो पैर हैं वो आपके शूद्र है, वो शूद्र का काम करते हैं पूरा. तो एवरीथिंग इज विद इन यू. इफ यू डोंट टेक दैट पर्सपेक्टिव ऑफ दिस थिंग, दिस आल्सो इज वन वेरी करेक्ट पॉइंट. देयर इज अनदर पर्सपेक्टिव इज दैट कि इन केस यू आर ब्राह्मण मीन्स आपको समाज के अंदर ज्ञान देना है, ज्ञान अर्जित करना है और ज्ञान देना है. बिकॉज एक जो पढ़ाने वाला प्रोफेसर है वो झाड़ू नहीं मारेगा, अपने घर में मार लेगा, पर उसको झाड़ू मार, बस उसका काम ही वो है कि उसको सिखाना. जो एक ज्ञान देता है वो ब्राह्मण है, जो हमारी रक्षा करता है, लाइक यू से आर्मी, बेसिकली दे आर क्षत्रिय. वैश्य जो बिजनेस करते हैं और शूद्र जो और छोटे मोटे काम करते हैं. तो हर एक का एक अपना एक रोल है समाज के अंदर. अगर इसके अंदर एक का भी रोल, एक ने भी अपना काम ठीक तरह से नहीं किया तो समाज बिगड़ जाएगा पूरा. नहीं चल पाएगा। अगर आपको सफाई की भी उतनी ज़रूरत है, नॉलेज की भी उतनी ज़रूरत है, लड़ने की भी उतनी ज़रूरत है और बिजनेस की भी उतनी ज़रूरत है, तो हर एक का अपना काम है। अगर मैं ब्राह्मण बोले कि मैं वैश्य हूँ, मैं सुपीरियर हूँ, पर आई वांट टू डू बिजनेस, देन वो क्या होगा? फिर वो अपना बिजनेस तो अपने वर्ण को वो वैश्य में कन्वर्ट कर लेगा, फिर वो ब्राह्मण नहीं है। क्योंकि आदमी तो वही है, बर्थ उसका एज ए ब्राह्मण हुआ है, बट ही वांट्स टू डू बिजनेस, तो ही इज टर्न फ्रॉम ब्राह्मण टू वैश्य। इसी तरह से कन्वर्जन होता है डिपेंडिंग ऑन द पर्सन्स पर्टिकुलर कैपेसिटी। तो दिस इज नथिंग टू डू विद बर्थ, कि आप कहाँ से पैदा होते हो, कैसे पैदा होते हो। इट हैज टू डू विद व्हाट यू आर। So these are the two perspectives, that what you are, and second thing, everything is within you. How you look at it, it is up to you. Both are correct. With this, I would like to end. In case you have got any questions, you are free to ask. I think we will stop.